When I first heard this story, I realized that I really don't know what to say about it. I just thought it was messed up. And I also realized that, wow, the media has a huge level of control over what people think. And even me, like, when I first heard the story, they're like, yeah, blah, 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 listen to this, blah, 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 and, read that. Like, I was like, all right, he might be a liberal. Is he a liberal? I'm not sure. No, I think he's a conservative, but is he a liberal? I just kept watching all this stuff, and it just kept hitting me like, yeah, I think is it possible a liberal would shoot somebody? I mean, liberals to me seem kind of hippie-ish, like talking about healthcare, giving gay people more rights, nuclear disarmament. When I think liberal, that's what I think of, I think conservative, I think like, fuck all you people, I want it the way it is, because, this is my country. This is good old USA. If any guys got anything to say about that, you can take this cold, you can pry my gun from my cold dead hands. Like, that's my understanding of conservative. Maybe it's a little, alright, maybe, of course, I'm leaning liberal. I'm a little more liberal, I guess. But I really didn't come to the basic, most logical conclusion. And that's usually what I try to do about this situation, to really ask myself, what's the evidence for him being liberal, and what's the evidence for him being conservative? When I came down to it, I realized he's a fucking conservative, of course. Of course he's leaning that way. Because he shot up a meeting with liberals, It was a liberal congresswoman, so, and I'm guessing his main target was her. I mean, if he was like a liberal trying to shoot conservatives, he might go to the meeting and wait for a conservative to stand up or something. And he shot people in the front row. So obviously, his viewpoint was to get the people that are there most interested in what she's saying. So, of course, he's more fucking conservative. He's not a fucking liberal, judging by his action, not what books he reads. I mean, seriously, it's kind of to the point, like, he can have a picture of Hitler on his wall and goes to, like, a Nazi meeting and shoots up a bunch of Nazis. Does that make a lot of sense? Not really. So, you just gotta ask yourself, like, do you honestly think this guy was a liberal? I mean, if I was a liberal and I was pissed off at a whole bunch of conservatives in the government, I would send a message to the conservatives and, the Republicans. Vice versa. It doesn't make any sense that a person would shoot their own to a certain degree. But then again, there are just batshit crazy people out there. But he read books. He had some sort of fucking viewpoint on this. Not sure what it was personally, but I mean, shoot, to me, it sounds like and looks like he's a lot more conservative. Another thing is, the two different like rhetorics we have. One is like, free healthcare for everybody, and free healthcare, nuclear disarmament. Gay people should get married or have more rights, so on and so forth. That's one rhetoric. I mean, not perfect, but one rhetoric. The other rhetoric is like, the government is coming to get you. You need to get more guns. We need a rally. The Tea Party. Yeah. Tea Party. Tea Party. What are we about? Tea Party. We're just going with the Tea Party, okay, man? And don't tread on me. And if you look at the rhetoric of the Tea Party, it has that little snake, don't tread on me, and the tree of liberty at times needs to be watered with the blood of tyrants and patriots. That's a lot of violent rhetoric. So, Tea Party, violent rhetoric, liberals, pussy ballless people who really can't get anything done. So, two rhetorics. And, get guns, get more ammo, so on and so forth. Like Glenn Beck, I saw this on Bill Maher show. I don't call him Glenn Beck's fucking website, but it had a picture of Glenn Beck, talking about, it said, we need to take away all violence or something like that, we need to fight against all types of violence. And on the side of the picture, it has Glenn Beck holding a pistol. Like, really? Really? Can you be any bigger of a hypocrite? No. I don't think so. I don't know. Fuck it. But anyways, I just had to say it. He's obviously a fucking conservative, and the media is just done such a great job of fucking flipping this and changing people. Just we're like, oh, it's his books. Yeah, it's the books that are the problem. No, it's the fucking gun and who he shot at. That's what you need to look at. The actions. The main action. Shooting liberals or conservative, liberals or Democrats, whatever the fuck you want to call them. But I guess we can all come to agreement this is a fucked up situation and we really don't want anything else like this to happen. It's better for us just to calm the fuck down, allow some real debate to go on, which is going on, and I do applaud the Republicans slash conservatives, Fox News, for actually giving Obama his props on his last speech. Um, Shows a little bit of a willingness to actually communicate. I realize that the Democrats, actually try to work with the Republicans, or I realize that the Republicans were most likely going to allow Obama to take the point of president because if they continue this rhetoric of like we can't do anything done, we can't get anything done, they're not letting us do anything, it's the Democrats' fault. When I had a majority, people would just start realizing, even the dumbest of Americans would be like, well, you do have a majority in the House, so I think you might be able to get something done. But that's another story. Anyways, what was I going to say? Yeah, definitely more conservative. But after this, I really noticed like the tone like dropped a lot. It's not as serious. It's not as like, oh my God, they're gonna come for our guns. We need to get ammunition and more guns. Guns, yes, guns. Like a little fun fact: for every 100 Americans, no, for every 100 Americans, there's 91 guns. Yeah, Korea may have more people, but we definitely got the ammo. It's not really that funny, but just decided to give you guys a little fun fact. Peace them out. And Bill Maher commented on it. So.